Hello, everybody. We're back for the 4th week in a row of this whole thing. Yours truly, Zach, here, as always, joined by Dan.
The best analyst who totally didn't get fucking mollywopped this week.
He might have gotten mollywopped 4-0 2 games in a row in 4 turns.
Look. We'll get to it, but goddamn.
I'm gonna take a rain team in a league with two Rillabooms and a Venusaur.
Let me tell you what wasn't my best idea.
And as you can hear, we're joined by a third person. Some of you may recognize it is Ian.
It's me.
Ian is our guest this week. We are slowly going down the list. I think there's only 2 or 3 more that are willing to join us. So
I was going to say, I'm like, no, there are more than that. And then you said willing. I'm like, oh, okay. That knocks out half the league.
Well, I asked Jake, and
Jake has been on, right?
Jake is just busy during our normal recordings. Yeah. So it's like Evan and Greg.
Yeah.
Ew.
I thought Greg was on. Maybe not.
No, Greg wasn't on. I was going to have Greg on, but he specifically requested that I do not have him on after a loss.
So, interesting.
Which brings us into our standing.
Oh my fucking god.
Where we can see that Greg did in fact lose.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, Greg ended up losing. I forgot what the matchup was even. It's been so long.
Zache.
Oh, right, Zache. And Zache brought a bunch of really unorthodox stuff that Greg was not prepared for.
Very true.
So we can see that Zache and Greg are tied at 1 and 2 with -1. I might start doing like a head-to-head tiebreaker if I care that much. If it's that necessary by the end of the season, I'll do that. But right now, I'm just calling it a tie.
Yeah, that works.
Raul, we can talk. Raul, you want to talk about your match? Or Dan, do you want to talk about your match with Raul?
Wow, I got beat so bad that I'm Raul, huh?
No, I meant to say, Dan, would you like to talk about your match with Raul?
The only one that matters of those 2 players.
Rillaboom's scary, man.
Like
I was like,
it is.
So my entire game plan that match, I'm like, okay, what I'm gonna do is I had Cottony with Misty Terrain, right?
Yeah.
So I'm at least gonna nullify Grassy Glide, which is good because I have Rain. I'm like, okay, if I can get Rain up, then Ludicolo, and then set Misty Terrain, I can just fuck Rillaboom unless it's AV. I hit Rillaboom, he was AV, and it just went, fuck, GG's. And then that's all I had.
No. I don't think Rillaboom was AV.
If that Rillaboom was not AV, he had some special defense investment because that thing ate an Ice Beam like was nothing.
I think Raul just did max HP, max attack Rillaboom.
I don't know.
Because he has Glide, he doesn't need speed.
Yeah.
So I think he did max attack, max HP with a Miracle Seed. I think that's literally all the set was.
That's pretty much the set I calc for every single time.
Yep.
It's a good.
When he maxes, he brought Drampa to stop your rain from.
That was a good bring.
That was. I honestly didn't even think about that because I forgot I got Cloud9.
Yeah, I think Drampa's a really good tier 3.
Yeah.
And that allowed Rillaboom to outspeed your Swift Swimmer. And then he just maxed and kind of took off both turns or both games.
Yup.
like us describing it is longer than the battles took. So
yeah, because like I was like, okay, I have some plans for, and then I saw how much damage Ice Beam did. I'm like, I'm in trouble.
That hurted.
And then I didn't calc it. I don't think the crit mattered, but it was a demoralizing crit when he hit Shinotic. I was like, oh, he didn't even get to do a turn.
I do think I don't think it mattered. I do think it was demoralizing though.
It's just like I just saw the crit. And I'm like, okay, I'll stop trying then. At a certain point where when you're already down, you get kicked in the gut again. You're like, you know what?
At this point, the damage is done.
Yeah. Like I'm not winning, so whatever. Fuck it.
I
had the best idea if Raul even attempted to run anything with Trick Room, because I had Iron Ball Dracovish and Cotton down Cottony. Yeah. So even with Hatterene, I would have just cottoned down and like fucking Vicious Rend it. It was gonna be great, and then I didn't see anything for Trick Room, and I'm like, oh, or no, Cotton Spore.
Can you even target your teammate with Cotton Spore?
Yes, you can.
I feel like I was using it, and it just targets both opponents.
You can use it.
Interesting.
Because it hits both. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then
Well, at least let me preface, in console you can. I haven't tested it out in Showdown, so maybe I was just an idiot.
Work
but
the same. It's supposed to work the same.
Well,
but
that's what they said about Metronome.
Another match was Nick versus Jake, which was one that felt like kind of a toss-up. And it was very interesting. I don't really know that I want to really go into detail about it.
Yeah, it was interesting.
There was a lot of like burning Gastrodon.
Yeah, trying to sleep a burned Gastrodon.
Yeah, twice tried to sleep a burned Gastrodon.
Just not bringing in Punch Bear to get
Nick
4 KOs twice.
Nick apprehensive to use Punch Bear. Nick also doesn't want to put Sucker Punch on Punch Bear.
Oh my god.
But
yeah,
Nick won.
I don't know what that's about, but I have heard that also.
Yeah, Nick won because it's 2-1.
In the words of Raul, it's too predictable.
Please don't. Let's not.
Classic.
Let's not.
No, he kicked my ass. I'm gonna demoralize him a little bit.
Classic.
And then the final match was Ian versus Evan, which was probably like the most anticipated match of the week, and Ian ended up winning that one 2-0.
Yes.
So you can see Ian up top 3-0 with a +4 differential, and Evan ended up dropping down to be tied with Nick right now. And I think they end up playing, so if I end up doing the tiebreaker thing, they'll have whatever.
That'll be interesting. It's very exciting. I've never been in first place in the entirety of the league existent.
Well,
feels good, doesn't it? I was up there for 3 weeks and I was on top of the goddamn
like a
world.
Not even like a weird first week, like, oh, okay, I got a cool sweep, so I'm tied technically, but I got all these other factors. Nope, never.
Well, you're first in a very unofficial season that doesn't matter for anything.
Very true. Can't wait to have the fake trophy on my fake wall.
Yeah, you just have to imagine it there. You have to manifest it.
This is going on your resume now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
My other ones have been on
the but as
second
tradition,
place in Monotype.
Yeah. As tradition, after looking at results, I want to pick out one heat set from the week. Now, I gotta say, my heat sets are not like the most creative sets or the most successful sets. It's somewhere in between that. Because the most successful set is a Rillaboom that just killed 7 things in 8 turns.
Yeah, what battle was that? Never mind, let's just move on.
It scored over 100 points this game to put itself into the top 10.
Oh my god.
And then there was some really creative stuff like Belch Salazzle and Belly Drum Slowbro, but those weren't very successful.
Right.
So the set that I'm looking at this week that was the most creative and the most successful was this set from Zashay last week. This Mudsdale refused to die. And
it was very good.
Greg was having a very hard time with it. Now, I didn't even notice that he had payback on the set. I thought that was something else.
Yeah.
I didn't even look at that. I thought that was like, I don't know, like Throat Chopper. So I don't know what Mudsdale gets.
I forget what it was for specifically.
But
I don't remember what is weak to dark on Greg's team.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I'm a big fan of the nickname Earnhardt.
Yeah,
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Of course.
So we can see that this set had safety goggles for the sleep powder that Greg had been running. And generally this thing seemed to just get fat and bulky.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
I think Greg afterwards said he didn't even have a grass move on Venusaur.
Mm-hmm.
So
which makes it really hard to kill a Max Chansdale.
Why?
Kind of the only thing that could have worked, I think.
He opted for sleep for grass stab, and he had safety goggles, so he couldn't sleep it. And it had own tempo, so he couldn't be intimidated. As always, I asked people to give me like a little write up, and this one is longer, and I chose to let Ian read it this time, so Ian, get your reading voice out. Let us know.
I appreciate the longness of it. Yeah. I too have done a long boy.
That indeed
not just
is what she said.
I like how fat this is.
Yeah, you like how fat and long it anyways.
So let me massage my throat here.
Mm-hmm.
Mudsdale Earnhardt Jr. Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me by Zashay. Facing down the potent Torkoal Venusaur core, I had to be creative in my attack. Effective against Torkoal, Mudsdale's an unorthodox counter to Venusaur, and my intention was to use this to my advantage. The original intention was for it to be paired with Cherim, daring Torkoal to come in and giving Mudsdale the Flower Gift benefit. or encouraging Torkoal to stay out and not giving Venusaur the added power it loves. In actual execution, Mudsdale, paired with a snarling Sableye to tank potent special attacks, and to target the opponents with powerful max moves. Own Tempo prevented Intimidate from Incineroar, and Safety Goggles were to draw Venusaur's Sleep Powder and gain a free attack on the wasted turn. The EV spread was enough attack to 2-hit KO offensive Venusaur with Max Quake, with a chance to OHKO with Helping Hand or Guaranteed with a double target, and then maximum Special Bulk to absorb Venusaur's attacks.
Hold on, we're just gonna go ahead and get some snaps.
So I gotta say,
I work for a nature documentary.
So I just gotta say, I can tell Zashay's really been into anime now that he started watching.
He likes the volleyball.
This is like the thoughts that happen in an anime character's head, while it's apparently a split second, but they have
of course,
whole monologue. Yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah. They're running towards their objective, and it's slow motion. The screen is black. Yeah.
But they're like saying this whole thing, and all of a sudden, like they apparently did all that in half a second.
Meanwhile, Greg's just sitting there like, this battle ends in 5 minutes.
My Venusaur can't be countered. You fool. You won't avenge your grand.
Nani?
Yeah, that was Zashay's Heat of the Week. So far we've had Ian's Purloin.
Like it.
Lantern on the second week, and Mudsdale Earnhardt Jr.
Dale.
But without further ado, we can go ahead and shift into the weekly matchups this week. Look over to
that transition. Very classy.
Yeah, I spent 10 minutes on it.
Wow.
Anyway, before I was sidetracked about Ian complimenting my transition, we can, while looking at this, we can look at 75% of the week's raids this
right.
So Ian dropped a Alolan Dugtrio and Stoutland, two of his most potent sand attackers on his sand team.
Yes.
The total sand team he had.
Yep.
And he picked up Heracross and Fletchinder. I'll be honest and just upfront about it. I'm pretty sure everyone can see Fletchinder's probably there mostly for priority Tailwind.
Yep, makes sense to me.
Yeah. I was gonna say, will it do anything else?
Excuse me, it has other attacks.
Maybe it'll get like burn something, maybe?
Sure.
Yeah, maybe Will-O-Wisp.
Maybe. Who's to say?
But I will say, Ian, you've made your team very much in like the 80s.
Yeah, that was my only concern when doing this, but I had never brought Alolan Dugtrio, who was my, second fastest? Tied for first fastest?
Tied for first.
And I never really considered any situation where I'd want to, just looking at all the teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured I'm doing fine with my 80s so far. Yeah. I got a lot of speed boost. I got a lot of trick room, so...
I was going to say, now that you have priority Tailwind, who gives a shit
that
who speed
too.
is at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
I figured Tailwind with Heracross is pretty scary, so...
Yeah, I don't like it.
And then on the other side of the field, Raul dropped his Marowak for Jolteon. So he's dropping one of his more Trick Room based offensive Pokemon for Jolteon on a team in a league where a quarter of the league or I don't know, I don't know what this fucking fraction is, but we have a Rain Team, Rillabooms, Venusaurs running amok. Marowak's not happy.
Yep.
So Marowak gonna take a back seat. Jolteon's gonna come on, and I think Raul's team is either very fast or very slow. He's on the two ends of the spectrum.
And then there's Rillaboom in the middle who just doesn't give a shit because priority go burr.
Yeah, Rillaboom's in the middle, but he just has priority. Lantern and Mawile and Togetic are all defensive. So like all his offensive stuff is either it's on in regular speed or regular room and trick room.
Regular room.
That's what we'll call it. Regular room.
You can tell we're singles players.
Under
base room.
normal conditions. I don't know that the Jolteon would have much success. Ian does have a team that is very weak to electric, but he does have the Raichu there. So
Yep. Only need one.
So
I was even thinking of picking up Inteleon too.
Hey, Ian. Let me give you a quick little advice for Raul. Hey, watch out for Rillaboom.
I did that this week actually.
Okay. So yeah, just do it again.
I've already faced this team.
Okay. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
He's faced probably a third of the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling Evan that if he had any plans that weren't Rillaboom and Cinderace, I was pretty much screwed because my entire team builder was to counter those two Pokemon specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, he brought the Belly Drum Slowbro, which was interesting. So you guys kind of both like tipped me off on like some of the stuff you were bringing, so I couldn't talk to either of you about anything. I couldn't weigh in on anything anyone was saying. But when he was talking about Belly Drum Slowbro, I was wondering if he was going to try to do that in Trick Room or what?
Right. It kind of confused me. I got the point of it. Like, it's immediate setup so that he can try to counter whatever I'm doing. I was kind of confused because I know that even he was saying his team is so physically stacked that he was going to have trouble getting through physical walls.
Right.
And then he made his only special attacker physical attacker.
Yeah.
I guess just to power through the wall instead of chipping it down slowly.
Yeah.
But
my thing is maybe the Belly Drum was to like counter intimidates since it maximizes. It'll basically
that's possible too.
Wipe that clean. But
yeah, I know he was worried about triple intimidate.
Even at +6, does it like OHKO like a? I don't think it does.
It was at +6 and it didn't OHKO Gorgeist.
Yeah, or I don't think it can OHKO Snorlax either.
Probably not. And it was max physical defense Snorlax too.
Because his team is so physical, you bring physical bulk.
Yeah.
Like why bring special bulk?
Yeah.
For like a Calm Mind Slowbro or something, which in doubles isn't that.
I'll just double target it.
Yeah. So interesting. Anyway, we can move on to the next match because we've wasted a lot of time on this one. I try to keep these to about half an hour.
Yeah.
Next match is Evan versus Nick, and Evan has not changed anything, so he is still a very physically offensive team for this week.
Yeah. I have heard of potential plans to change things around, but obviously they haven't gone into effect, so I won't bring them up.
Yeah, I think there are
spill them now.
I think there are things that he has not fun.
Yeah.
I know. Also, the Chinchino thing. It felt like he picked it up right before your match, and he brought it. But I don't even remember what it did other than like tickle.
Apparently, it doesn't get fake out.
It doesn't get fake out? Oh no, I did look that up. I looked that up.
Yeah, so it couldn't even outspeed another fake out.
Right.
So it might have just been for the tickle, or maybe for like a after you or not follow me. Yeah, after you.
I remember looking at when he picked it up. I was like, why? And I thought it was for fake out, and then I remember I looked and saw that it didn't get fake out, and I laughed at it and called it a loser because Ambipom didn't fake out.
Yeah, Game Freak doesn't like Chinchino.
And then after you did seem kind of cool, like a way to get a slow mon to go faster.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe too much investment that way. I know Nick is stressing about this team.
It's a very stressful team, yeah.
It's just Cinderace Rillaboom, man.
It's strong. It has yet to just be led turn 1 on any match, and I feel like it should be.
Yep. Yeah.
Like I said, my entire dedication was to stopping a turn 1 lead of 2 Pokemon.
Guess who didn't have that plan set out? Guess who got 4-0'd twice?
I do think Evan has a lot of other guys that can capitalize off of attention on Grace and Rillaboom.
Yeah, that's true.
Putting in a lot of work. Hitmonlee had a good little game. Unpheasant's been doing all right. Luxray and Flapple have yet to show up.
Right.
Maybe they've shown up, but they have not been on the field, from what I can remember.
Yeah, I don't think they've hit the field.
I do feel
so I don't know if they've been in the back.
I do feel like Flapple is kind of redundant. Rillaboom.
Right.
Like, I guess you have a tag. Really wanted to max him 1 week and just
Yeah, it'd be cool for Max just with the hustle being
Max with
mitigated.
hustle. Nick keeps talking about wanting to change something, but he doesn't know what the fuck he wants to change.
Get rid of one of your. You have so many Eviolite users.
That is true.
You have so.
I really want to see Nick lean into the Butterfree. Butterfree is scary.
Yeah, it's very good.
Butterfree was one of the prominent sweepers in early VGC 2020. Just regular. I don't know about Max, but
yeah,
just compoundized sleep powder into Quiver Dance. Disgusting.
Yeah. Hey,
You better have a plan.
Maybe this is the week he'll do it. It's a little scary in front of some of the stuff he's facing, but
Yeah.
we'll see. The next match is Zashay versus Jake. The Zeds versus the Weedles. And I can't get this. Ah, there we go.
Who even knows how Jake matches are gonna go?
And that's the thing is, like, I was gonna say, does Zashay even like what do you sit down and plan against Jake?
Right.
I think he just
Plan for the cookie cutter setup that he knows what to do with,
Yeah.
and hope that you beat it, and then
I think
it
he
just
should
doesn't go his way.
I think he should just be ready for a lot of the usual stuff.
Yeah.
There
Probably,
were,
yeah.
I mean, Jake brought the same thing 2 weeks in a row. He might have time to make new stuff this week, but I mean, be ready for a fast physical Dragapult that might have like Surf to help Colossal.
Right.
See if you can see what you can do against a Colossal after a weakness policy.
Yeah.
Kinda
Well, I was
like
at a
that.
fire with Jake yesterday, so I hope he has time.
He was at a fire. Oh,
Yeah.
you
Is
have
he
time for
okay?
Fires, but not time.
Pokemon? I know, right? What's the deal?
I don't get it.
I don't
Get
really
your
have,
priorities straight.
I don't really have, like, these teams haven't changed. They've been the way they are. Well, I lied. Jake did drop Skarmory to pick up Pangoro.
That is true.
And I
Yeah.
just gotta say, I do want to see this bear do more than Nick's bear. Because that would be so hilarious to me. That, like, pitiful Pangoro, who's always been so bad, just outdo this, like, broken Uber's bear that showed up.
Monstrosity bear. Calamity
It's
bear.
just
it's
wanna
too
see
predictable,
Pangoro do
man. It's too predictable.
Because I think Nick only has about 30 points on that bear right now, so
That's
I mean,
it.
not a big gap. I mean,
Wow.
It hasn't come out very much as far as I have
yeah,
noticed.
Dan, you say that's it, but I'm pretty sure you scored like 12 points all week.
Look,
Like on
Look.
like 4 turns.
look. I didn't have a lot of time to earn points. Okay.
You're
That
right.
is
You're
true.
absolutely correct. There was not a whole lot of time to earn points. Nick has gone to like 3 matches twice now.
Yeah.
We go to the final matchup. You, Dan.
Hey.
Uh,
I faced the quote-unquote YOLO team.
This is the Weather Wars. I like
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My specialty.
Now I will say, Dan, you have an inherent disadvantage in my.
Because
This
of
is true.
speed.
Yeah, because Torkoal will beat your Politoed for,
This is true.
and that is
Put an Iron Ball
always
on.
gonna be.
This is indeed true.
Iron Ball, Politoed,
Does
turn
the Iron
did
Ball
one.
you
cut
know?
your,
Shut
does Iron Ball
up.
cut your team in half?
Yes.
Yeah.
Still.
Can he still
Nope.
even be slower
Nope.
than Torkoal?
I don't
Nope.
know.
I don't
Nope.
think he can.
Nope. I tried it. I was thinking about it. I looked it up. I'm like, damn. Gonna have to play
Lagging
around
Tail
this.
probably works then, because that's priority.
Yeah.
It might actually, yeah.
It is priority. I just don't know if it works
Yeah,
that
I think
way.
it makes you go last, so I think it might work that way. But we're gonna bait it all out live right now. So
Yeah. Hey, Greg, don't listen to this.
it's funny. You guys both have like super fast bug type that is like
Uh-huh.
low tier, and then your speed tiers like kind of start around the same thing.
Hmm.
You guys
Yeah.
both have really slow stuff and a lot of stuff like kids. that
This
go fast
battle's.
Yeah.
It's just literally gonna boil down to who can keep their weather up. Yeah, that's all this battle is gonna become.
when-
That is true.
Yeah.
Because like if I let's say I keep water up or rain up, and I get Ludicolo can kind of run through part of his team. But if he gets Venusaur still up in the sun, I'm kind of
Oh,
fucked.
no, yeah. Venusaur gonna run through.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. We'll see what happens. But you're. By the way, Dan, we wanted to make sure that we asked you this live.
Yes.
Do you know Cottony doesn't get Tailwind?
I do now.
Yeah, you goofed, right?
Kind of.
And you don't even
I
have
have.
extra
I mean, I have
pickup.
plans with Cottony. I actually do have plans. It wasn't just for Tailwind.
And you
It
can
still gets some stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you can do like kind of budget Tailwind with Cotton Spore,
Yeah.
but that don't work on a Venusaur. So
Don't tell Greg. Stop giving Greg help by
Greg,
pointing out
trust
my
me,
fuck up.
Greg already knows. Trust me, he's already. So
Yeah,
I'll
he
give you
doesn't-
that insight that he knows.
Yeah, he's probably 100% just gaming for me right now.
He might be.
Probably.
Anyway, with this, we can kind of go into predictions for this week. We've got less than 5 minutes left, so we're gonna go a little over. But I do want to go over our current standings now. Dan, you
Damn
have
it.
1 and 3.
Damn it.
Last week's predictions.
Damn it.
Uh,
We're losing to the guests,
I
and we
know.
had Nick purposely try to lose.
I know.
And he went 4-0!
No, this is Sachet.
Right.
Yeah,
This is making
Nick was
Sachet
first.
look like a prophet, but
Right?
I am gonna throw it out there before Sachet starts.
That was his nickname on 2K17. I think.
Right. But
Jesus
just
Christ.
before Sachet starts jerking himself off, I am gonna say that he just did homer picks. He just picked the people he liked the most out of all the matchups, and then
This is
did
true.
that.
That's
So-
actually why I won. It was the motivation to win.
Yeah.
He proved Dan
It
wrong.
was just like he just picked the person he was closest to in each matchup and got them all right. So whatever. That works, I guess. It's like the people that pick the teams in brackets because they like their colors more.
Yeah, that's what I do.
But we're gonna go ahead and get into predictions. So Dan, start us off. We have Ian versus Raul.
Yeah,
Slap
Dan,
the shit
start
out of
us
that
off.
Rillaboom. No, I'm on your side, Ian. I want you to slap fucking Raul around. Avenge me.
Okay, good.
Okay, so he's gonna do that.
Yeah.
Ian has not lost yet, so I'm able to throw my record against that. So
Nice.
Ian, what do you think?
I'm gonna go me all the way.
What
I
a
have
shocker.
The two most powerful Pokemon on this team last week.
Yeah.
And the rest of it, I haven't looked at a whole lot, but I don't think I'm as scared as the rest of it as I am with Evan.
I think Raul has a lot that can set up real quick and fast, though.
That is true. My one fear is that Raul knows pretty much exactly how I would plan to set up against Cinderella.
Your one fear is that Raul just knows what he's doing this week.
That was my plan. And see how that went for me.
Yeah, it was funny because I usually what Raul will do is he'll build some sets. He'll send them to me, and I'll tell him, this is a good idea, this is a bad idea.
Right.
How like what do you have this investment for? What is the goal of this Pokemon? And then kind of help him work toward whatever else it is. This week he just sent me a paste, and I said, "Yeah, looks good." And then he backed.
So when I saw fucking Halucha coach Rillaboom, like, well, that wasn't
Yeah.
necessary.
Uh-oh.
That wasn't.
Raul unlocked something that week. He was like, "Halucha gets coaching." Like, yeah, he
Yeah.
does. He does get that. He's
Of
like,
course,
"What-
I'm the fucking person he figures that out against.
He was like, "What if I used it on Cinderace?" I was like, "Yeah, you could. You could even use it on Rillaboom if you want." And then it
Yeah.
was born. And then he was
Just
like,
clicked in his brain.
Jesus.
But going into the next matchup, we're gonna kind of snake down. So I'm gonna have Ian go first. Evan versus Nick. Who's winning? 2-1 teams.
I gotta go with Evan. One, because Cinderella. Two, because Evan is proven to be pretty solid draft leaguer.
Yeah.
Three, because I think Nick hesitates to go sweaty, I guess,
Yeah.
which I think
Try.
his team can do very well.
Yeah.
I do think that Nick does have a definite chance to just go all out
Yeah.
and destroy some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's going to be a uphill battle in
Yeah.
that direction.
I'm gonna go with Evan as well. Nick's top performers are not exactly fans of Evan's biggest threats.
Yeah.
Nick's
Right.
top performer is a Gastrodon.
Gastrodon, I was gonna say.
Right.
I think Nick might be able to like steal a map or not a map. I'm so used to Overwatch. He might steal a game.
Yeah.
But I think Evan will get it sorted. But I do think Evan should probably move something around about that team sometimes.
Yeah.
Dan, what do you think?
Look, I made the mistake of betting against Rillaboom before. I ain't fucking doing it again.
I'll just do that for you.
Yep.
I'll go first for the next one. This is Jake versus Jay. I know we say it every week, and we get I get tired of repeating the same lines.
But it's so true. That's the thing.
But I don't know what Jake we're getting. But
Yeah.
Sachet got his first win, so he broke the 0-8 curse. So I guess I'll just go for Sachet. I think Sachet knows what he's doing for the most part.
Yeah.
I think he's just got some stuff that didn't really mesh, and he had to figure it out. But we'll see. Ian, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Sachet just because I think that doubles is a far more complex game in some ways than singles, and
Yeah.
Jake had just learned singles, and with this last week performance with some mechanical issues,
Yeah.
I think Sachet can just abuse it and hope that Jake doesn't know some things.
It was really interesting because Jake thought that maybe they technically were, that his hypnosises were missing, even though he was targeting a burned target.
I think I guess we'll never know because I'm pretty sure it does just say miss, even if it.
So maybe
can't.
they landed and it hit just because you can't do that. But
Yeah.
also, even if they were misses, I feel like Jake would have been in a much more comfortable spot where the miss as impactful if he didn't click resisted moves every.
Yeah. Right.
That makes winning a lot harder when you click resisted moves every time.
Yeah. It was like an inverse battle almost. Without fail, it was resisted almost every single time.
Anyway, Dan, your pick?
As much as I want to go against the grain so we don't literally have the same pick for everything here, I mean, I'd be a fool to bet against Sachet when he's getting hot.
True.
All right, Dan, you can start off our last match. You versus
Fuck Greg.
Greg.
That's all I gotta say. And rain is the best weather. Continue.
All right. Well, actually, I'm going to go with Greg. This one.
Ooh, okay.
And you gave me 8 turns of plays.
Yeah, well, look.
I don't know what I can go. How do I have film to
Look,
study here?
the sun was in my eyes. My little brother was playing. My feet hurt. I was answering the door for food. Okay.
Yeah.
I had the Mad Catz controller.
Yeah.
The Mad Catz. Yeah, I mean, show me what you're made of, Dan, and then I'll vote for you in the future.
This is fair.
And then Ian, what are you gonna pick?
I'm gonna go Greg too.
Damn, fuck you guys.
Dan.
Alright,
Fuck
fair
Dan
enough. Fair enough.
I think the weather is. I think sun more easily counters rain than vice versa here, and I think that Dan got fucked by a grass type last week.
I did get fucked by a grass type last week.
Greg's got pretty good grass type.
I also feel like even if the sun is not up, Venusaur is still a problem.
Yeah.
Personally, that's my personal belief that Venusaur is still a problem for you, even if rain is up.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Hey, this is extra motivation for you, Dan. You win.
Yeah.
Then you get your win, and you're also doing better than us in predictions.
I get to yell at you guys next week.
Do be like that.
Double win.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's gonna be it for us this week. Oh, actually, let me do one last thing. Let me talk to you guys about stats. Now, you guys can see. I'm gonna.
Nerd.
I've actually done this so perfectly that you can't see it.
Wow.
I will list our top MVP performers. We've got Porygon Z Zedward at 155 points. He's picked up a lot of KOs and barely snuck in the first place. Second place is Slugzilla the Gastrodon at 154, just 1 point behind. Third place is this Torkoal that Dan's facing this week. Lamplighter at 146 points. Fourth place it's actually a tie for fourth place between 500 Million Lions.
Nice.
The Snorlax. And
great name.
And BTGGF the Gothitelle at 141 points. That's our top 5 at the end of 3 weeks. So,
all I know is that points per round is the most important stat, obviously.
Coltrane at 69. Nice.
Ian is saying points per round is the most important stat because his team is the highest points per round in the league.
I mean, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you knew that.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Wow, that 500 Million Lions nickname, that's a really good nickname. Who thought of that? He must be really handsome and has a huge penis.
I think so.
I do gotta say, I am a fan of that nickname. It does make me Anyway, that's gonna do it for us. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week with the new...
Thanks for watching, guys.
Blah.